Subscribe to the MTL World at Middle World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2, Land of Origin. Volume 11, The Hunyuan Blade Dao. Chapter 404, The Prototype of the Hunyuan Blade Dao. 19th of Volume 11. Translator, Shadow Knight AK. Editor, Shadow Knight AK. An endless, boundless sea of blood floated in solitude, this vast and mysterious land now inhabited by only one being, Luo Feng. The Blood Crane clan, having surrendered to him, had all been dispatched to serve the practitioners' faction. Within the sea of blood, an island had coalesced, adorned with rare trees and plants. Luo Feng sat alone there, sipping fine wine he had brewed himself. As a lord, his requirements for external material are minimal. He devoted most of his resources to brewing exquisite wines and crafting gourmet delicacies. 3,000 epochs have passed, yet I've still reached a bottleneck, Luo Feng murmured, taking another sip. Suddenly, he sensed something and gazed into the distance. His gaze pierced through endless space-time, reaching a place unimaginably far from the practitioners' territory and origin world. The creatures in that origin world cultivated without guidance, relying entirely on their own exploration. This made their path infinitely more arduous than that of those in the practitioner territory's origin worlds. Moreover, they frequently faced threats from world-level Hunyuan lifeforms and even Hunyuan ancestors who sought to devour their world. Innate Hunyuan lifeforms also relished consuming the lifeforms within such worlds. Yet in this harsh environment, one creature had managed to cultivate to the ultimate God-King realm stage. Using a secret technique, he shattered the origin world's membrane and briefly ventured outside, curiously observing the vast expanse of the infinite Hunyuan space. Is this what lies beyond the world? The being wondered curiously. In his home origin world, he was utterly invincible. Because due to lacking of a complete cultivation system, no other creature had managed to reach the God-King realm stage. He was the pioneer of cultivation in his world. Beyond the practitioners' territory lies a land fraught with calamity. You didn't only summarize the cultivation system but also attained the ultimate God-King realm stage, truly remarkable. A wave appeared beside him, revealing Lord Momen. Come with me, little one. Lord Momen directly guided the young being away. Luo Feng watched from afar. Lord Momen dispersed into countless waves across the infinite Hunyuan space. In the myriad origin worlds beyond the practitioners' territory, he occasionally encountered extraordinary talents and brought them to the practitioners' territory. Lord Xingmeng, observing past, present, and future, also intervenes to guide promising individuals. Recruiting talented practitioners from beyond the practitioners' territory is primarily the domain of Lord Momen and Lord Xingmeng. Yet even they could only do so much. After all, the lords themselves couldn't protect every origin world. Beyond the practitioners' territory lies a vaster expanse. The countless origin worlds there, the countless beings within, truly live in a nightmare world. Luo Feng knew this all too well, yet felt powerless to change it. The 3,600 world clusters are merely a small region within the vast expanse of the infinite Hunyuan space. Because of the world cluster's dense concentration of origin worlds and abundant resources, the practitioner faction had dedicated significant forces to protect it. In reality, given the infinite Hunyuan space's immense scale, even though other regions had sparsely populated world clusters, their combined total still far exceeded the number in the 3,600 world clusters. Why is it that only the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction at war with us, while other powers show less hostility? It's only because there are still vast, unclaimed territories and countless world clusters for those innate Hunyuan lifeforms to devour, Luo Feng said, his eyes cold. The rules governing the infinite Hunyuan space are brutally unfair to practitioners. He acknowledged that individual lords possessed immense power. But how many living beings from the countless origin worlds could ever break free from the cage? Those who remained trapped were utterly defenseless against the innate Hunyuan lifeforms. Even the origin world's origin cores themselves would be consumed by world-level Hunyuan lifeforms and even Hunyuan ancestors. Without the protection of lords, those origin worlds would be devoured again and again, with even the rate of consumption carefully planned. Luo Feng's gaze pierced through space-time. Whenever he chose to look, he could witness countless nightmarish scenes. Whether they belonged to the innate Hunyuan lifeform faction, the Ice Peak faction, or any other minor power, all innate Hunyuan beings required vast resources, and origin worlds fell within their food range. Of course, consuming the core essence of an origin world is a privilege reserved for world-level Hunyuan lifeforms or Hunyuan ancestors. The practitioners' territory remains peaceful, but what about which lies beyond? Luo Feng could easily observe world-level Hunyuan lifeforms devouring origin worlds one after another, leaving no living thing behind. Countless lives were extinguished every moment. Yet there's so little I can do. Even as a lord, his reach is limited. The distances are too great, reaching many regions would take him over 100 days, even at his speed. Merely projecting a thought across such vast distances would be no match for a world-level Hunyuan lifeforms. Just 8 lords protect the 3,600 world cluster, and they're already embroiled in war. If we tried to safeguard all origin worlds in the infinite Hunyuan space, every foreign power would likely unite against us. Luo Feng understood this clearly. The innate Hunyuan lifeform faction, the Ice Peak faction, and countless minor powers would likely join forces. The combined powers of countless immortal beings and an even greater number of Hunyuan ancestors would swiftly crush the entire practitioner faction. Still too weak. Luo Feng is very confident, but even among the 8 lords, he isn't sure he could rank third. In the infinite Hunyuan space, he isn't even confident he could make the top 10. Hunyuan Blade Dao. Luo Feng frowned. With my current comprehension, insight, and mental processing speed, I've grasped 90% of the Hunyuan Blade Dao in 3000 epochs and formed a clear prototype. Yet I've hit a bottleneck. In reality, he had progressed countless times faster than Lord Wulan, Lord Jin, Lord Mingwang, and the others. 3000 epochs of uninterrupted cultivation had yielded a clear framework and a complete prototype. Yet he still faced a bottleneck. My Hunyuan Blade Dao is composed of approximately 87% destruction and 13% life, fused together. The small portion of the life system integrated primarily focused on aspects like life chi, energy, locking, severing life force, and life entanglement. When it came to locking onto targets, the destructive side included killing intent lock, while the fusion incorporated life chi lock, naturally elevating his enemy locking capabilities to an extremely high level. Luo Feng's Hunyuan Blade Dao centered on locking onto enemies, while pursuing increasingly powerful methods of destruction. Yet my Hunyuan Blade Dao still lacks something to form a perfect whole, Luo Feng lamented. The deficiency likely lies in the accumulation of destructive power. Luo Feng had initially believed his accumulation in the Dao of destruction was profound enough. After all, he had comprehended all the high-level, world-level, and Hunyuan ancestor-level materials accumulated by the practitioner faction. He had also studied the legacies of the other 7 lords. Lord Jin's legacy focused primarily on destruction, but Lord Jin's personality clashed with Luo Feng's path, allowing him to glean only partial insights. Previously, when he comprehended the Hunyuan life and death Dao, at that point his accumulation in destruction had been sufficient. But now, with destruction as his primary focus, his accumulation was no longer enough. The void-severing blade originates from the abyss of destruction, Luo Feng thought, examining the blade in his hand. Throughout the entire infinite Hunyuan space, the abyss of destruction undoubtedly contains the greatest concentration of destructive power. The abyss of destruction, the highest tier mysterious land. Like the eternal land and the hellfire prison wall, it is recognized by all major factions in the infinite Hunyuan space as a supreme realm, one where even the hope of refining and controlling it is non-existent. Even the origin of these places remained elusive. The abyss of destruction contains all known and unknown destructive forces. The abyss of destruction is like a bottomless abyss. Starting from the outermost first layer, the first chaos destruction realm, one can continuously descend through the second, third, and so on. To become the lord of a chaos destruction realm, one must slaughter through all its obstacles and imprint their life's mark upon the origin phantom of that layer. Luo Feng was already intimately familiar with the details of the abyss of destruction. In truth, nearly every Hunyuan ancestor in the infinite Hunyuan space had explored the abyss of destruction. How are the rankings of the top 10, 20, or 30 most powerful beings in the infinite Hunyuan space determined? Primarily by their performance in the abyss of destruction. The deepest layer reached in the abyss of destruction is the 27th Chaos Destruction Realm, conquered by Shazhou of the Ice Peak faction. She is the lord of that realm. Lord Xingmeng holds the 26th Chaos Destruction Realm. The reason Lord Xingmeng lags behind by one layer is that Shazhou rose to prominence long ago, securing the 27th layer first. Leveraging her established position, she has prevented Lord Xingmeng from breaking through her defenses and refining that layer. Lord Xingmeng had also tried, but he couldn't conquer the 28th Chaos Destruction Realm. This demonstrates that Lord Xingmeng and Shazhou are nearly equal in their destructive capabilities. They are universally acknowledged as the top 2 in the infinite Hunyuan space. Slightly weaker than them is Moxu, the master of the 22nd Chaos Destruction Realm. The 23rd to 25th Chaos Destruction Realm remained unclaimed, further highlighting the dominance of Lord Xingmeng and Shazhou over other beings. Every Chaos Destruction Realm from the 22nd to the 1st had an owner, providing a rough measure of their strength. Apart from the newly ascended Lord Luo Feng, the other 7 lords each had a clone occupying a Chaos Destruction realm in the Abyss of Destruction. Lord Yuan occupied the 19th Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Momen occupied the 13th Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Jin occupied the 12th Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Mingwang occupied the 11th Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Negu occupied the 9th Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Wu Lan occupied the 7th Chaos Destruction realm. Due to their performances in the Abyss of Destruction, Lord Xingmang is universally recognized as one of the top 2 in strength, Yuan is consistently ranked among the top 10 in the infinite Hunyuan space, and the other lords all maintained stable positions within the top 20. However, this ranking system had a flaw: it is unfavorable to those who excelled at survival. For instance, the Chushi Hunyuan ancestor, renowned for his unparalleled defense, possessed only mediocre offensive capabilities and couldn't even conquer the first layer of the Chaos Destruction realm. Lord Wu Lan, a practitioner lord, might have been slower and his techniques cruder, but the terrifying power of each strike allowed him to claim the 7th layer. Yet everyone understood that in critical moments, individuals like the Chushi Hunyuan ancestor, Lord Wu Lan, and Luo Feng who excelled in defense and vitality could prove far more valuable. The Abyss of Destruction only measured offensive prowess. The Abyss of Destruction contains all known and unknown forces of destruction. Luo Feng thought, standing within the Blood Crane territory, clad in black robes beneath a blood-colored cloak. I should venture there to further refine my comprehension of destruction. I hope it will help me break through this bottleneck and fully grasp the Hunyuan Blade Dao. Carrying the void-severing blade, Luo Feng's main combat clone stepped out of the Blood Crane territory and set off toward the Abyss of Destruction. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe to MTL World at Middle World 1 YouTube channel.